Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for day 2 here of Missing No Week on a Monday. Oh boy, we had some ups and downs yesterday, but obviously I was very happy and relieved to get through it there, especially with the way that things were going early in the mid game there. I was nervous, especially with that rough start that we had. So we'll see what day 2 of Missing No Week has to offer. Again, thank you all so much for all the support and everyone who's been posting all of their YouTube recaps, Twitch recaps, even people showing them off in the Discord with the Discord recaps as well. Thank you all so much. I'm truly honored. I wish I could reply to everybody. We've had hundreds of people share the screenshots, and keep doing it. I love reading them. It warms my heart in this cold weather outside. I say it's cold, but it's okay. It's like mild outside. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you by Prestigious Turn 268 on the Invicta subreddit. Tyler Thread was Zombolas planning a live hack sequence after Sin gets the treasure map on episode 365. It was that. That was the play being made. Zombolas, by the way, it's a nice little touch here by Prestigious Turn. That Zombolas' favorite character is Tainted Blue Baby, so he represents Zombolas there. And yes, it was Curse of the Blind, Dead End, Greed Fight, and then Curse the Maze. Thank you very much. It's literally what happened. All right, day 2. Here we go. This is, it's Missing No. It doesn't really matter what we got to start with here. Seed day is going to be Quebec Papa Whiskey Charlie, Victor 9 Lima Tango. Now I am still recording this on. I'm recording this on the day after I recorded yesterday's episode. So I have not gotten a chance to gauge feedback. So what I'm going to do, just as a temporary thing, I'm going to not Missing No myself on floor 1, and then it will start on floor 2. That way we can at least start with an Eden run and then kind of play it like, oh, we assume that we pick up Missing No on floor 2. And I would prefer to do it this way. And of course that has nothing to do with our stats or anything, because as soon as Missing No hits, Eden completely re-rolls. But I think that for this challenge, it's a little bit, I want to say, more authentic if we start off with, let's say floor 1 is our base Eden start, and then we'll see how wacky and crazy it gets from there. But the reason why I'm doing it this way, this episode, is just because this will be the sort of the flip side of the coin for people who may not want to, if you want to just see me go with Missing No right away. You know, there's not much of an advantage that I can get here on floor 1 with or without Missing No. It's just kind of totally random. That's the whole point of Missing No. But this way feels like it's a little bit more, okay, we can see where we started. We started at the bottom and now we're here type thing. And that might be a little bit more interesting. But yesterday's, and of course this has nothing to do with the way that yesterday's first floor played out. that tears rate was legendarily bad. So starting off with Metal Plate here, which is it's an item. It gives us a soul heart. I mean, there's that. Also starting off with Wait What, which is a very good item, and we've not found the item room yet. Can't really afford to buy anything in the shop. It's not my intention to actually buy anything in there, unless we can afford it and it made sense, right? Like if we get PhD, Mom's coin purse it's going to spawn pills for us, obviously, and pills could be good on a Missing No run, but they could be equally as bad, just like any other thing. That's a good idea. Wait What? Wait What's basically a butter bean combined with a little fissure. You can use it to get into and out of rooms and doors, that sort of stuff, and it does deal a moderate amount of AoE damage. I wouldn't say that's an impressive amount, but if you need it, if you're in a bind and you need a bomb or something like that, and you have some skulls, it can be good. It can save you a lot of time. It can get you a lot of HP. There's no reason for us to sit here and skip this room without us at least checking the skulls here for tarot cards, black soul hearts, that sort of thing. Probably won't wait for the other 3 because that's just going to take forever. But you get what I'm saying. And we got the world's biggest first floor here, it seems like anyway, with Curse of the Lost. So, as always, as with yesterday's episode here, we want to make sure that we are avoiding, as much as possible, secret room items. And that takes some knowledge about the game, to know which ones are shared with the item rooms, which ones are shared with the red chests, and that's important. I mean, and you can't teach that, right? There's no Isaac test that you can do. There's no vocabulary style exam that you can kind of review. I mean, if you want to go that far, go for it. I think it's a little overboard for what we're talking about here, but just understanding that there are certain items you do not want to take at all when you're talking about Missing No is extremely important, because the last thing you want to do is get hit with TM Trainer on the final floor or any floor, because it takes all your items and turns them into TM items, and then there's no way to get rid of them. And then you're at that point, you're just counting down. You're counting down the days till disaster hits. We have 2 yellow pills, and we get a gulp. Hey, gulp could actually be kind of interesting. Not gonna lie. Relax. So the reason why the gulp is interesting is because one thing that will not re-roll is going to be trinkets. So if we actually get a good trinket, we can conceivably carry ourselves out of a sticky situation if we get into one with a re-roll. And of course, that trinket that I'm talking about would, of course, be the Sigil of Baphomet. We get a golden bomb here, which is going to be useful for us to take down the bosses. Or boss, I say, because there's only one more room that we haven't gone to, and I'm not going to. So we'll see if we get a trinket or something. We get a movement speed upgrade, but all right. So I'm going to give myself Missing No at the beginning of the next floor, and then we'll be off to the races. And Curse the Blind. Now, before I do that, really quickly, I have to apologize. I accidentally read the wrong question of the episode yesterday. I read it for December 1st, and that was incorrect. It should have been November 30th. So today I'm reading the question from November 30th. So apologies to Just a Cool Fire. I promise you didn't get skipped. That was just me having a little bit of a brain fart there on the days of the week. So sorry about that. This one coming in from Just a Cool Fire. A question of the episode: why do you not take familiars that do not contribute towards the conjoined transformation? Comment streak for 15. It's just because most of the time, let me give myself Missing No before we do anything else. And we got Stigmata. Okay, Mom's Coin, or Mom's Key. Betrayal. So if you're wondering where the Betrayal came from, which is the Devil Deal item, that's from Leech. Stigmata kind of worries me, though, because Stigmata is part of the... is it a part of the secret room? I feel like it is. I might be thinking of Fat on Mushroom, though. So anyway, but the question was, why do I not take familiars even if they don't count towards the conjoined transformation, which I cannot think of any ones off the top of my head. But the main reason why I don't like familiars, period, is because unless if I absolutely need them, the way that their shots trail tend to contribute towards the clown physicsness of any given run, right? If you have a shot that's gonna, say for example, if you have little Steven and you have a bunch of other familiars in front of him, his shot is going to trail behind whatever target you're going after and then push it forward towards you. Now that's just a fringe example, but that does happen quite often. It's to TLDR to eliminate the randomized, random sort of nature, the variables of the way that clown physics work in this game, and to cut down on bad damage. The last thing I want to do is take a familiar just because, oh, we need a familiar because people want to see this character or this character, and then they end up causing us to get hit, possibly killing us. It's just to eliminate risk. It's the same thing, kind of the same thing along the lines when I talk about, not taking conjoined. It's not necessarily because I think it's bad all the time. It's just that you're talking about controlling your outgoing damage, which is very important. I talk about that all the time. Making sure that you know exactly, I'm shooting in this direction, my shot's going to go straight in front of me, that's it. There are many times where you do not want to hit something off to the side of you. Okay, well, you know what, game? Whatever. There are many times that will show up over the course of a run where you don't necessarily want to hit something that is either trailing next to you, behind you, above you, that sort of thing. And keeping control of your damage ensures that you make sure that you cut out any of that variable that could possibly make you take some bad damage. It's a good question, though. It's a different question because most people are like, oh, how come you don't take and join? It's just a 30% down. Okay. There is some rhyme to my reasons. It may not make sense to everybody, but I try to explain them. Now, you definitely could make a case for us to go Angel Deals here. Because at least with Angel Deals, we don't have to worry about getting 9 lives. But we also kind of want to get a power curve going early on. Oh my gosh. Wow. How often do we get to see 4 Devil Deal items? And how much you want to bet that 3 of them are going to be active items? It's going to be like the Razor Blade, Sulfur, which wouldn't be bad. Blood Rights, and then Guppy's Head or something. Ooh. Now, Abyss is interesting. Demon Baby. Guppy's Paw. Well, we can't take all of them, so... Now, Abyss is very interesting because we get to keep the Abyssal Locust regardless of what we missing know. So this just got very, very interesting. And we got Keeper Sack, which is actually huge for us because now if we get enough money, we can actually get permanent stat upgrades, which are also immune to the missing no effect. So, yeah, we need to get all the money. All the money. Definitely lost some tears rate for sure. Speaking of got all the money, I hung out with some new neighbor friends. There's still a couple of the guys were the people I met during the Secret Hitler game, and then there's a couple other new guys I haven't met yet. New to me, of course. I'm the new guy in the group, and they were playing a house poker game, just cash, just nothing big. And most of them I don't think have much, if any, poker experience. And I'm certainly not an expert. I wouldn't even consider myself an amateur, but I've played poker a lot. And I was down a little bit, and then I won. I ended up being the big winner of it all at the end. I took almost everything. And I was getting lucky. Like I had some terrible beats early on. But then I rebought for another 20 and ended up pretty good. Ended up like 4 or 5x in my buy-in. So, and I felt guilty because, you know, as the new guy, it's like, I'm not going to throw, of course. I mean, I don't care that much about it, but you always feel a little tinge of guilt because you know that you're probably not playing with the strongest players. Yeah, so secret rooms, well, we already saw the secret room. But I was getting some supremely bad beats. Liberty Cap is kind of meh. Or like Liberty Crap. We want to get as much money as possible here so we can get these permanent stat ups. Get the coupon, and welcome back Mom's Coin Purse for the second time of the run. So we want to try to get everything. I probably will end up bombing the donation machine. So we got some good damage. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the coupon first, and let's see if we can get a free Devil Deal, because obviously, oh wow, do we have a golden? What did we void? Did our void, or did our abyssal flies get changed or something? Is missing no effect the locusts? That would be news to me. We had the Midas touch effect there. Oh, you know what it is? It's fruitcake. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Totally forgot that we had fruitcake. Not an item I take. Yeah, so fruitcake's gonna give us random tier effects, and one of them is the golden Midas touch tier. And we end up not getting anything. There's no reason to gulp perfection. You can, of course, but it doesn't do anything. Because the second that you get hit, you still lose it anyway. Let's go get... we have to stick with Abyss. Abyss is going to be our get out of jail free card in this run. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for more money first before we end up losing keeper sack. Remember, we can't keep any of this. So let's capitalize when we can and where we can, get as much money as possible, get as many permanent stat ups as possible, and then full send it on the next floor with Missing No. The full charge we can use on... We can use the charge key with the coupon, but... Would we want to? I mean, I guess we could. We definitely need to bomb the donation machine. That's just something that's just going to happen. I mean, I guess we could use the coupon. Or I can abyss both Mom's Coin Purse and the coupon now. Okay, so we don't get the pills, but we gained more damage there from Keeper Sack. And a little bit more range. Okay. I'm fine with that. Let's go back, get the charge key, and we will... Yeah, we got a couple of damage upgrades from Keeper Sack. Probably the best that we could ever hope for, because obviously Keeper Sack doesn't give us the tears up. So I'm down for this. Not going to go in the curse room. It's not going to matter even if we get anything in there anyway. Plus, we would have to get at least one soul heart to break even on the purchase, the entry price, not purchase, but the entry price of the curse room. And to me, it's just not worth it. Judgment for your sacrifice right here. All right, 2 floors down, and we're looking okay. 2 floors of Missing No, I mean. I mean, there's no reason for us to not take perfection, but we're not gonna be able to keep it because we're gonna get hit. Okay, we got Brittle Bones, 9 volt, the Mark. So this would be a great opportunity if we somehow got some Bone Hearts, because we could also modify our tears rate. Our flies are definitely... Oh, I can't say that for sure. I don't know if they are changing or not. The secret room is going to be north of here. Some people were mad that I was slandering Boil Baby. Got no love for Boil Baby. Glitch Crown, I mean, I'd love to take it, but we're not going to because it's a secret room item. I am going to void it, though, or abyss it in this case. We get a glitched Locust, which is going to do random effects, just random things. And this might be the first time I've ever actually abyssed the Glitch Crown. I'm going to take Papilla Duplex just so we have some Spectral Tears. It also gives us another item to kind of go through. There we go. We don't have Keeper Sack anymore, so there's no real reason for us to go in this shop here, except if it's to get a maybe greed fight out of the way. 404. Now the error trinket might be okay. Oh, I'm gonna buy the soul heart at least. One of these runs, I will go for angel deals. One of them will happen. This one was just too good to pass up with 4 devil deal items and possibly 4 passive items there. That was too much. Now, of course, it didn't work out that way, but it would have been nice if it did. I would have looked like a genius. Super secret room might be there. I can actually push this barrel. All right, so Fallen's going to give us a Devil Deal item. Theoretically, anyway. So we have to, there goes perfection. We have to make the decision whether or not we want to keep abyssing everything or not. Brimstone bombs, it gives us 5 bombs, but it also counts as a Devil Deal item for the missing no rolls, which is what we want. And honestly, there's no reason for us to take Mom's Knife. There's none. As much as I would love to take it, obviously, we don't get to keep it. Golden Pill could be interesting. Could also be very bad. Or very good. It was neither. But no, we gained some HP. I don't know what it was from. Went to the vault real quick here. Aguilas and Black Rune. Okay, Black Rune's pretty big. Because this is going to allow us to turn a passive item into actual stats. So 100% down for this. We also lost our Gulp Pill, so not much we can do there. Still thriving though. We're still okay for now. For now. I have Toxic Shock. My Shade, oh my god, what is this movement speed? Holy moly. Now that worries me because Fat on Mushroom is part of the secret room pool. So I'm a little concerned here. Okay, Bloody Gust. We're just gonna pass this. I could Black Rune this, but I'm going to elect to Abyss it instead. This movement speed is extremely dangerous. So not only did we roll terrible on our movement speed just as an Eden start, but also combine that with Fat on Mushroom. But the bigger concern here is that we are in the secret room pool now. And I'm trying to think back of what item we could have possibly looted that would have been in the secret room pool. And I cannot for the life of me think of it right now. The Toxic Shock's going to help us out and just clear the rooms, hopefully. But with this movement speed being 0.48, that is... We just got to survive here on this floor. That's really what missing no runs come down to, is just survival. This is rough. At least we have my shadow. Vault M80 doesn't really matter. We can barely move. Dodging is not something that we can do on this floor. Always wait to drop that bomb until after you clear the room. Otherwise, the host can actually inadvertently extend the room clear time and you won't be able to leave. We've got plenty of bombs. This is pretty good value here. Would have been better if we'd gotten, you know, a Soul Heart, but... And we're still looking for our shop and item room. Dude. I think there is a tinted rock in that room. I spotted it at the last second here. No, that's not a tinted rock. Wait. No, it's not. Now, Juice's Tongue is not bad. It does cut down on the cost of Devil Deals. Locust doing a pretty good number there on Chubb, and we're still looking for our item room and shop, which at this point is telling me that they're adjacent to one another. all eyes are going to be on whether or not Abyss can carry us through. There's the 9 volt again. Good luck pennies is fine. We might as well gulp Judas's tongue. And there's nothing else to really use on it. And the only question now becomes, do we take 9 volt? How did that not hit that? You know what? I'm not even gonna ask questions. The 9 volt counts as a shop item, obviously. This is the wrong. You know what? I'm willing to use one of our bombs to not have to do that room. Room is a death trap here at 0.48 movement speed. Yeah, we're going so slow. We gotta write the door a sternly snail mail worded message just to let it know, hey, we're on the way. Yeah. No. Like the scariest dodge ever. We might as well buy the 9 volt, I guess. Now remember, we were paying a bomb to make sure we don't do that room. Brain, see that's what you got to catch up on. I need you to lock in, son. There we go. I mean, we still have to go in the room, but this is the easier way. Let's see what this Temperance machine. We might as well get some money here. I'll be very happy. Well, we got a lot of money. Be very happy when we don't have Fat Odd Mushroom again. Oh, well. It's permanent HP. That's all I care about. This is our movement speed after getting a speed upgrade, by the way. But Abyss is the real all-star here. Showing you just how important active items are in a Missing No challenge. The tears up, which is going to be good for one room, essentially. Oh, yeah. I would like to get another Devil Deal item. Just please be one. Don't charge me 2. The conjoined transformation here. We have Little Brimmy, and we also have Incubus. Ocular Rift is back too. So conjoined is giving us the extra spread shot, and then what's nice about this, at least with Little Brimmy, is that we can fire straight down the line. By the way, game, it wasn't lost on me the fact that we have Judas's tongue, and you gave us not 1 but 2 Devil Deals that didn't require actual HP, but instead had spikes. Gonna be Pride, gonna be dead. Oh, I did not even see that bomb underneath us. There's so much doo-doo going on next to us. Once again, we got Boil Baby, which is not helping things. Also have Spider Mod. That's where the little HP bars are coming from. The shop item. One of our few shop items we've taken. Looking for the Tinted Rocks. There is none. In this room, anyway. Again, it's just been dead end city for these last 2 inaugural Missing No week starts. Just getting some hellacious maps. All right, well, eventually I'm sure we will find a special room of some kind. It's not gonna be right now. I mean, hey, come on. We've explored 70% of the level. What you think that we're gonna find A special room spawn? Who do you think this is? What kind of fantasy land are you living in? You got to go 100% in the level before you start finding stuff. Of course, we all know this. Sharp plug does not really matter here. It just counts as an extra. It just counts as an extra item for us. Either abyss. But you know, once we're done traversing the entire planet and universe combined, we will eventually find our item room, and then we can decide on whether or not we want to actually use abyss on charge plug or sharp plug, or use the black rune. It would have been nice to have gotten boss rush with the black rune here, but c'est la vie. Ocular Rift. Great save by Dumpy there. I don't know what the heck's going on in here. This gives us a soul heart and also gives us another item. A wild card. Oh! Now you would think that I'd be taking this, but that gives us an absolute beast. A whole unit and a half of an Abyssal Locust. And that's permanent. Remember, we're looking for permanent upgrades here, and that is quite the upgrade for our Abyssal Locusts. Got a Fool card, which I don't really care about. Okay. Well, believe me, you just have to take my word for it. You can sometimes get black hearts out of blowing up skulls. It does happen on a rare blue moon of an occasion. But they're so rare that you rarely ever get to see them. So that's why you got to treat it as a special occurrence. Oh, we got starter deck. I was like, how the heck are we holding on to two? Yeah, starter deck. As soon as we go into the next floor, we're going to lose starter deck, and then we're going to drop one of these. Can't believe there's no tinted rock in there. It usually is. Kind of holding on for dear life right now. There we go. Take the Polaroid, and it is a Krampus fight. Got a Krampus. I'm just going to go ahead and void this. Get a range and shot speed upgrade. Got camo undies, backpack. We lost all of our HP, so that's a little concerning here. PH Dizzle, which could help us, but not a lot going on here in terms of stats. That is the reason why I wanted to take the Polyphemus fly, because we're going to need them. It deals 20 damage, over 20 damage actually. That big honking unit of a Abyssal Fly hits. Look how slow he's going. Oh yeah, there you go. Let's have something that's destroying, I'm not sure what. We've got to be supremely careful in here though. We cannot afford bad damage at all. Again, we're working with absolutely terrible movement speed. What do we have that's giving? Oh, it's the glitch fly that's causing us to destroy rocks and stuff. Okay, Eternal Heart's big. Even though it ruins polar invincibility, we have to get any form of HP right now. Don't know where Polycephalus is. Very, very difficult to dodge at these movement speeds here. Camo Undies is what's giving us a huge boost of tears. I think this is the right way to go. Maybe? It is. Okay, we lucked out here, but let's not celebrate too early. We're not gonna be able to take a Devil Deal at all. Okay. At least it's not gonna be an orbital, but it doesn't really matter because we're about to change floors anyway. We're missing no. I saw that one way too late. We don't have the movement speed to compensate. So this is bad. We can't be taking these kind of hits. The Devil Deal almost doesn't matter at this point because we can't take anything in there. I'm hoping that there's just a bunch of black hearts. And there's 2 black hearts. Always check the Devil Deal. So that's a lifeline given to us by Stanley here. Yeah, that would have been great if that was an Emperor card. I can join again. I have Epiphora, Guppy's Tail. I don't know how we keep getting Guppy's Tail. Inner Eye, Steam Sail. Ugh. Ugh. Well, we got HP, which is good. We need to fill the heart containers. We cannot do that with bombs. Movement speed is even worse. This gets us back to where we were on the last floor for movement speed. Watch, he's going to drop Lard. 100%. Okay, I was close. Normally, I would totally abyss that, but we need as much HP as we can, especially with this movement speed. HP is a precious commodity, especially when you got stuff doing that. And that's a prime example of showing you why it's important to control your outgoing damage. That happened the direct result of us having too many shots that aren't ours. Whether it be conjoined, whether it be our followers, it's just too many shots on the screen. And it makes it impossible to control your outgoing damage. And so instead of letting that bomb lamprey fly go right by us, instead we just end up inadvertently shooting it. And that costs us one very, very precious and important soul heart here. My least favorite room in the game. I think that goes without saying. I absolutely do not understand why that room has to even exist. The Hermit card might be important for a late game teleport play, but right now we need to strap down and buckle up because this is easily a floor that can get away from us if I'm not playing careful. I swear to you, I did not even see that shot. Oh, it's because it was shrunk over here. There's usually a tinted rock in this room, but it doesn't look like there's any. Tinted rocks just, I guess, have been deleted from the game here. Secret room might be over here. Again, we're taking just entirely too much damage, and that's exactly the reason why I just got done saying we've got to lock in here. This movement speed is not good. We've since thrown away 4 soul hearts. And it's at these levels of movement speed, the game doesn't even have to try to give us a room that just hard counters us. Every room hard counters us right now. Soul heart, and there is actually a tinted rock here, amazingly. But of course, it didn't have any soul hearts in it. Because why would it? I think that honestly, at this point, Devil Deals are just off the table. We cannot afford to lose any more HP. We just have to go with this. Whatever we get for items is what we got. Devil Deals. It's only going to get harder from here. I'm going to take another Locust. Trying to hold on to Epiphora as much as we can. This is where the conjoined transformation is actually helping us out. We cannot outrun that. There's just no way. We'll get a soul heart. It's 1 HP for both of these. This is our last chance to take devil deals here. I do not trust. I'll take one. I will take one. I'm not going to take both. I don't trust this going into the cathedral with 3.5 soul hearts or 3.5 hearts. Not with this movement speed. Okay, we got Death's List. Little Brimmy again. Super Bandage. Sulfuric Acid, that's good. I don't know how we killed that other Loki before the one that we were actually hitting, but we have options too. At the ladder, we gotta be careful getting stuck on a ledge or something. So it would be nice to get a Deathless payout, but at this point that's not priority. Because again, look at our movement speed. We just have to get off of this floor, and then it's so Dolly's gonna at least give us some HP and tears rate. Now, even though we got that in a secret room, that still doesn't count as a secret room item. There's a difference between finding a boss item inside of a chest in a secret room than finding something like Glitch Crown for a Missing No item, Missing No run. We do not know how this Deacon is still alive. Now, of course, we could conceivably skip these rooms with sulfuric acid, but that's only under the assumption that we can actually avoid the damage that we're being inundated with. You can't always do that when you're talking about 0.68 movement speed. I'm gonna leave the red hearts on the ground for now, just because we may need them. I wish I was joking. Isaac is very, very, very scary on this run here. Oof, we lucked out there with that fat spider because they were trying to time it perfectly with that shot from a super slot. This is a terrible room, by the way. Really, really terrible. Okay, there is a soul heart here, or there is a not soul heart, but there's a tinted rock which hopefully has a soul heart in it. 2 soul hearts is even better. I think what we do is we abyss Bob's curse. Get a poison locust. You can never feel safe on a Missing No run. At any moment, you're 1 floor away from disaster. This is a terrible room for us right here. And so this is actually sulfuric acid completely working against us, because now we have no protection against the spikes here. The game is taking full advantage of the fact that we have no movement speed now. I mean, it's readily apparent. Great block there by one of the locusts, but ooh boy, I don't like this. With this movement speed, this is going to be bad. We can only hope that we can bum rush him with the abyssal flies to get him out of phase 2. The longer we're in this phase here, the more likely it is that we're going to get hit. Okay, that wasn't too bad. A bad spawn for us there. know if that hit or not. It looked like it did. For me, all you had to do was fire. Hey, we escaped. There's one more floor to go. Day 2 has been a struggle bus for sure. We got Blood Oathed. We have Kidney Stone, Eden's Blessing, Cricket's Body. But we don't have a lot of HP. We did get some movement speed, but not a lot. So we got to hope the chest bails us out here. Maggie's Bow is huge. Gives us at least full HP and another HP upgrade. We get Esau Jr. Now, Esau Jr. does count as a second character. I don't know if he... I don't think he gets... I don't think that he gets Missing No, so we could conceivably get out of jail here with Esau Jr., but we don't know what items he's going to get, though, is the thing. He's not going to be able to keep the Abyssal Flies. I kind of want to see what Esau Jr. has. Or we can save it as an emergency oh crap button. Our tears rate's doing pretty good. This DPS is not bad. But look at the damage from our locusts, and that abyss play was absolutely the play of the game. Jawbone. So Esau Jr. will be our get out of jail free card. Maybe not free, but it's going to act as our last lifeline in case we get there or not. I want to use the Esau Jr., but it would remove Missing No, which is kind of defeats the whole purpose of the Missing No challenge. But since it spawned in the game as part of this seed, I think it's fair use that I can use it, but under the stipulation that I'm putting myself on, I'm putting it on myself arbitrarily for, but under the restriction that I can only use it if it's a life or death, if it's either we win or lose situation. I think that that's fair. I will use Esau Jr. After the run. We might use it in here. This is bad. This is a real bad room for any run, let alone one that has this level of damage and movement speed. Pretty sure that we got rung up by the creep before Bloat even landed on the ground, so that was cool. We have Dead Bird. We got D-Bizzle. I'm gonna wait for Kidney Stone to charge. We have the stopwatch, but we also have the broken stopwatch. So if the broken stopwatch double procs with the slow that we have from the stopwatch already, the room becomes almost impossible to get hit from. Almost, unless you're facing double bloat. We did mercifully go the right way, which was then the only way, pretty much. My intention to beat this as Eden, not as Esau Jr. But if I have to turn into Esau Jr., if it's make a few people mad because I didn't do it on Eden versus lose, then hey, you can be mad. All right, I'm gonna wait for the Kidney Stone. All right, here we go. I think we drew the double speed down here. Yeah, we definitely did. We got the broken stopwatch to proc the slow side, and then also combine that with the regular stopwatch. Yeah, this one's long over. So we are going to survive another day of Missing No Week, day 2 here, and this one was much more of a challenge, I would say, due to our mobility issues. Before we end this one, let's see what Esau Jr. would have given me. Tech X Brimstone. See you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like this to patrons of mine like Dummy Boy, Newborn God, Medic Wolf, and Alex Fran. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of the episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.